Hey guys, and welcome to episode 31, I believe it is, of Play Smarter. Now, usually I don't kind of do it this way, but I want to get these out more frequently. And previously, my Play Smarters were really tightly organised. I had a specific game mode that you would send in, and a specific topic, and I would ask you what you want to improve, and then I would talk about it, and I'd go as in depth as possible. But recently I haven't had anything submitted, and if you want to submit gameplay, there will be a link in the description. You just post a download link, any gamer tag, and tell me, if you're a new person, you know, what you would like to improve, and I can watch your gameplay, analyse it, and tell you what you want to improve. But I've got back into Gears again, and I'm really liking this double playlist, and I think it should stay. I know it's not going to, but I do believe it's the only playlist that's been introduced that has actually changed the game. A 2v2 in public, well, this is ranked, but it's still public, it's actually very good, and it's very tense. And I made sure I played ranked, and I made sure I got a game against two good players. Now, this is a very tense match, and like I say, usually I'll be pausing the video, I'll be annotating my rush patterns, which I can do if you want, but a lot of people seem to think it's long-winded. I think it's really good. Not been big-headed, but I think it's something that a lot of Gears commentators simply don't do. And I think this is what makes my channel unique, so I do want to continue with it. So I'm just going to jump in now and talk about all the points, where I mess up, and, you know, what exactly goes wrong. So my first death is, we wanted to secure the power weapon, and we didn't do that. What we did was we got to the power weapon first, and then decided to take the high point and try and control them as they were rushing to the power weapon. But it didn't work out well. What we should have done is grabbed the digger and sat back at the digger. I noticed Tim died, but I pushed in. And what you'll notice here is, like the incendiaries are so overpowered. Tim died. They've now got an increased splash radius. So you notice here, what I'm trying to do is I edge my bet. So if we play that back, I am going to do it, so I'll play it back. I think it's better if we do it in depth. So we'll watch this little section back again, okay? So I take cover in the Boltok room, as I know it's a clutch area, because there is no one that can flank me. They have to come and face me. So I pick up the Boltok and I try to get an active. Now Tim rolls into the splash damage of the overpowered incendiaries, and I back off. Now I sit right in this corner because I know they can't really get a digger angle on me. Now I notice I'm full red, so I have to push, and I quickly bust around that cover and blow him up. Now we're back to a 2v1 situation. He's going to push me. I know I've hit him with a Boltok. Tim's going to angle him off here. I'm just waiting. And the longer I wait, the more it forces him to push, and the closer Tim gets. So we basically cut off his escape route, and we team up on him here. Now again, we've got the 2v1 advantage, so I'm going to hard aim, and Tim should be coming around for the flank. Now I left Tim here. I shouldn't have left him there. He could have got pushed. The guy should have took a 1v1, and you notice that block was glitched, and that happened all game. Now I'm in a 2v1, so I active reload the Boltok, and I hit every shot with it. Now I know this guy's red, and he sits in the cover. So I just stay aimed. There's no need to pop shot. There's no need to try anything fancy, and I just aimed that Boltok. Now, if we play that back, I knew I was in the 2v1, so immediately I knew the Boltok was my best bet because it could allow me to stay afar and do a lot of damage. So I jump to the frags here and I reload the Boltok. Now I get the first shot on him, so I'll just concentrate and land in that second shot and the third shot. Now this guy will go down in one shot because I've hit him twice, so I don't run round the cover because I know he's going to roll, so I can just wait there. I can just calmly wait and wait for him to land off his roll and down with the Boltok. So I took a nice 2v1. This guy's going to push me again, and he gets stuck on this block. Now that block's completely glitched, as you're witnessing. So it got me a bit confused as to why the Boltok wasn't hitting him, but Tim again has climbed up and got the high angle to secure it. Now I do carry Tim in this game, but you know, we all have bad games, and sometimes he carries me. So, and this is why I showed the game, because it was kind of me trying to control a 2v1, although Tim was doing a lot of, like, you know, suppressing damage. So the setup we've got here is there's no need for us to push out. Maybe we could have gone and took the grenades, but if we'd have gone for the grenades, we would have lost the incendiaries and the digger. Now, because it's only one round on these doubles, it's only digger, and diggers, it's not that important as a sniper, because you can dodge it, but you know, it is important to get it. So we're gonna stick with the digger, and I watched him die there. He didn't really call out that anyone was pushing him. and they had the grenades, and he had the not the ink, sorry, the incendiaries. So I should have gone and helped him there, and that's what you should do. You should always take the 2v1. Now this guy, I do a really stupid mistake here. It wasn't stupid in the fact that I killed him, but it was the way I executed it. I actually wanted to roll there. If we watch this back, I get the digger, okay. Now I shouldn't have ever arrived into this position, okay. So I've got the digger, and I waste 3 shots. I kind of just burn it because I know if I die, they're going to get the digger. Now I see this guy push me, and I take my chance on the 1v1 here. If I waited any longer, I would have got angled off. So I had to push that 1v1, and I timed my shot, so when he shot his shotgun and missed, it then allowed me to do a roll, and then off the roll body him. I was kind of unlucky to trade kills with him, but you have to take those 1v1s in this game because if you wait any longer, you'll just get angled off and you can't take it. Now you notice how red that put me. That's one issue I have with the shotgun, but you know I'm gonna have to adapt to it. So here I notice he hasn't clocked me, so I forced the mantle kick. And I side strafe. He misses his sword off as I strafe him out, and I kill him now. Now for me, that was a real clutch play there. That we could have gone down on lives, and they would have gained map control. So I'll watch back what I did. I got full red by the Nasher. Okay, so I back off and I take cover where I can't be shot from. Okay, now notice he hasn't clocked me, so I take the mantle kick. I immediately notice his body is turned, so I swivel my camera, and I know he's got the sword off. So I'm just trying to throw in as random movement as I can. Because in that situation, I couldn't have pushed into him because you've got to notice little things like the second I mantle kicked, I knew his body turned, so I was on that and I killed him, and that allowed me to take the 1v1. So I managed to take a sword off and another player at the same time, which was a real clutch moment. Now this guy I've been putting full red by, and I'm trying to get the angle on him, and I do. Now I pick this guy up as a meat shield because I'm low on shotgun ammo and I don't really want to reload. So another thing is if you're really low and you happen to get somebody down, just take the meat shield because they take so much damage. I'm not a fan of people that walk around with a meat shield. I don't think it's very fun gameplay, but I had no shotgun bullets really. And I've got 5 left, and now I've got 3, and I just want to bait him, and I managed to get that ammo. Now Tim's pushed in here in a 2v1, which he shouldn't have done. So it forces me to push in because, like I say, you have to take those 1v1s. If I hadn't pushed in there, they would have just pinned me down and angled me, and I wouldn't even had a fighting chance. At least pushing in that 1v1, I had a chance. It kind of cocked up because Tim pushed in there, but you know I had to make the most of the situation. Now it's 1 life each, and I notice we've kind of been fully suppressed here. They've got the incendiaries, which are really overpowered, and you know he's stunning me here, and so I take a bit cover and a bit of solid cover. Now I don't want to get angled off. So Tim's watching that right hand side, and I'm going to push here and get as close as I can to this wall. Now I'm going to kind of force a little 1v1 here. I'm going to keep him thoroughly locked onto me, then Tim doesn't ever get 2v1'd or angled. Notice I'm hitting the head there. The head modifier does so much damage. Now that Lancer bullet actually managed to really help out Tim. And so what I do here is I hear him running behind me, and I bait him, and I turn round. And now we can take a 2v1. Now, for me, that was a really important play. If we watch that back, what happened was I was keeping that other guy, how can I say, I was keeping him as far away from Tim as I can. So Tim was in a 1v1, and I was in a 1v1, because that's your best bet. You don't ever want to get 2v1'd in this game. So, when we play this back, I'm putting on the head modifier so he gets put full red. And Tim's going to get caught out here. Now he calls it, so I spin round and immediately aim for that head, try to get as much damage on as possible. Now I know Tim calls out that he's downed. I didn't know he was downed, or I would have left him. Now he's downed and I hear him, and I turn around and I body him. If I'd have gone for that kill on the floor, I would have had to walk around that cover. Tim would have got killed, because I would have been round the cover, he would have been shot on the floor, and that guy would have ran away and probably took digger control. Now this is a fail on my part. I was lancing him so much. He should have gone down. I got 72 point assist, but we cleared him up, and now we've got the man advantage. Like I say, if I hadn't have picked up Tim, if I had have picked up Tim, he would have blown me up in the back and probably killed Tim as well. So I edged my bets and I tried something a little bit fancy. I heard him coming behind me, and I trusted that he wasn't expecting it, and I just did a 180 and blew him away. Now this is ideally what you want to do. It's not very interesting, but in a 2v1 when it's been such a close game, I wouldn't do this in any other game, but this was a particularly close game, and I thought I played well. and I really didn't want to lose it when I got kind of a good score to say it was in doubles in one round. So Tim gets pushed in a 1v1, so I hit him with 2 Boltocs, which forces him back. Now Tim got a chance to leg it and recover. Tim could have easily got killed there. He pushed up into an area that we didn't know where he was. He could have got killed, but luckily I managed to get those 2 Boltocs. So I'm going to keep spotting him. It's important to spot because anything could happen, especially when he's got Digger. Now Tim's pushing up and I'm saying don't push up. So he retreats and he gets stuck on that block again. You notice, glitch block. It happened in Gears 1 as well. It's when an object gets destroyed but a new round loads. It's kind of difficult to explain, but anyway, it just happens when sometimes it doesn't clear. Basically, it's like the block's still there. Now he's got incendiaries, and these are really overpowered. So I'm saying get behind this wall. At least we've got a chance of it being thrown across the map and we can see it. So at this point we're 2v1, and it's up to him really to make the move. I have 6 Boltok bullets left, and whilst I'm talking about this, I'll just note that I do have the candy cane and mint skins on. For those that are watching, say, that haven't played Gears or are watching it in the future, where they weren't in the event, it was for Christmas. So this guy is trying to push a 1v1, which is what he's got to do. I force him out and force the 1v1. Now you notice Tim here, I down him, which is what I wanted. I wanted that, but what happened was, this is what I talk about, taking your 1v1s. You've got to do it or you've got no chance. If he'd have sat that out, he would have lost, or done anything else, he would have lost. So what he did was he fired the Digger to split Tim off. He fired another one to cut off his escape route and fired one at me, so I had to roll away. This forces him to allow him to take a 1v1. You notice Tim in the background. Now he does a mistake by hopping over cover, but I'm pretty sure when I put him full red, he wanted to run around that cover. But he hopped over, as that's a chance, sometimes it happens. I went 9 and 4 and Tim went 3 and 6. And one guy in theirs went positive and the other went negative, so I think I really did quite a lot of work in that game. You know, I'm just trying to give you guys some tips. I know this wasn't the most organised tips, but all these little tips will help improve your game if you listen and you go out and you practice. So episode 32 will be up if anyone wants to send in a gameplay, or I get a particular good gameplay where I can demonstrate a certain aspect of the game that you want working on. So this is what my channel is about. This is how I built my channel. It's about giving tips because I know I'm not MLG Pro or anything like that, but I have a good knowledge of the game and I can play the game well in a public sense, and I can play competitive as well. But a lot of people, you know, it's a very difficult game to get used to because it's a third person. I see a lot of my friends recently picking up Gears and not getting the sensitivity at all. All sorts. It's a very confusing game at the start. So if you watch these videos and you watch them from episode 1 to episode 30, I cover the basics, and it really will help improve your game. All you've got to do is you've just got to practice as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, and hopefully my channel will get back on the road.